Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to our Community Connection. We have Dennis Halpin in here with us, and he is from Truity Credit Union. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Tom. How you doing
I'm,
today?
I'm doing as well as could be expected, and you
All
look
right.
great. You look in the pink.
Thank you. I'm a little shaggy. I need a haircut.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to step under a brush hog here pretty soon if it
There you
doesn't
go.
get any better.
There you go.
First of all, I want to thank Truity Credit Union for being partners here with us here at the radio station for our hometown heroes. That is really something special, and thank you very much for helping out.
Oh, we're happy to help. This is our hometown. We appreciate having Bartlesville Radio to get the word out to the people what really is going on, and obviously all these events we've had to cancel. It's what the function that the radio is doing for us right now is critical, and we appreciate you guys.
Thank you very much. You got a long history here in town with Truity Credit Union, and as a relative newcomer to the area, I was very thankful to get that history lesson today. You started off a ways back.
Yeah, in 1939, Truity Credit Union was actually started as Jane Phillips Sorority Credit Union, and the ladies that worked at Phillips 66 at the time, a year later, decided it was good for them. It was good for all the employees of Phillips 66. So little by little, we've expanded. All employees, obviously in ConocoPhillips and Phillips 66, but most companies here in Bartlesville sponsor us to serve their employees.
That is amazing. Now we use the term credit union, and that marks a difference from a bank. Can you tell us the difference between from for the uninitiated the difference between a credit union and a bank?
Yeah, it's confusing because we provide all the same services that a bank does, including mortgages, checking accounts, all those things. But a credit union is owned by its depositors, we call them our shareholders. So we don't have people that own stock in the credit union. All depositors have one share of stock in the credit union. So we're truly a cooperative, under the definition like a farmer's co-op is. You're familiar with that. And here in
Sure.
Oklahoma, we have a lot of electrical co-ops. So a credit union really is owned by its members, just like electrical companies are owned by its members.
And when it comes to credit unions, there are a few in the state, a few in the area. What sets you apart from your competition, Dennis?
Well, what sets us apart here for Bartlesville, this is our hometown. Most of our assets are here. I want to say 80% of our employees are here. That office we have on Johnstone Avenue in Bartlesville, that's the home office. So all decisions are made here. We actually had our annual meeting last night. We had to do it virtually, but four of our board members are here, and there's a few in Houston, up in Lawrence, Kansas, and one in Springdale, Arkansas, but most of our work is done here in Bartlesville. So that's one thing. Certainly, we believe our exemplary service is what really sets us apart from our competitors. Also, our culture and our community spirit. We're very community driven, which is why we love partnering with the radio right now.
Now, and thanks for being a part of our community. Really do appreciate that. With COVID-19, this has affected our community. And how has doing business changed since the onset of this outbreak?
Well, the first thing that changed is we had to close our lobbies because we couldn't guarantee social distancing for our members or for our employees. So that's the first thing. But we're considered an essential business, just like the radio is. Financial services is considered essential. So we have to stay open, and that's the one message I want to get out to people. Some people are worried about taking cash. Well, credit unions and banks have to stay open. The government wants us to. The Federal Reserve requires us to. So we do have good service still through our drive-through. We can do just about anything through our drive-through. We're still closing on consumer loans, car loans, credit card loans, and mortgage loans. Mortgage loans are extremely busy right now because rates went down. So people are taking this opportunity to refinance. We have a call center here, which is staffed by 12 people. We've been able to, that call center has been very, very busy. We've supplemented the call center because the branches are closed. The people that work in the branches are able to call into our call center and help out the call center. So we have up to 25 agents on the phone call when you call us.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, during this time, is there really anything that you can't do? I mean, we talked about some of the things that are going on. It seems like with the computer and through the drive up, a lot of things that are there.
Yeah, we can do pretty much anything you need. Some things are harder. Mortgages are a little bit harder because sometimes we need you actually sign a document. So we may have to meet you at your car, or you can come into the office by appointment, to sign those couple of documents. I think we've got down to about 5 documents that you actually have to sign. But we do most everything over the phone and talk to you, get you ready for that closing, and then you come in and sign 5 documents for us. So, but everything else we can do by phone. And most of our employees are actually not in our building right now. Most of them, I think 75% of them, are actually working out of their homes, and we have them connected through our network, our secure network, and we gave them a phone that'll tie into our network, so everything's secure out of their home.
Now, when it comes to Truity Credit Union and a few of the things that have changed, of course, with COVID-19, where should I go to get the most updated information through you?
Yeah, we're directing our members to our website. That address is truitycu.org/COVID-19, or go to our social media pages on Facebook. Facebook is probably the most reliable for us, but I really want to direct people to that COVID-19 page on truitycu.org.
Very good. We're talking with Dennis Halpin. He is the CEO of Truity Credit Union right here in your hometown, Bartlesville. And now there is a school of thought going around that folks feel that they need to carry a lot more cash, or maybe take a lot of funds out during this time, during this pandemic. Is this really a good idea?
It's really not a good idea. Especially when the virus and everybody thought businesses were going to have to close. We had some people coming in requesting some large withdrawals, but we're going to be open. So we're open the same hours we've always opened. We've extended a few hours a week to be able to handle, especially through the drive up. So banks and credit unions have to stay open, so they don't have to worry about their money. And if they are, all credit union deposits and all bank deposits are insured by agencies of the federal government up to $250,000, and the vast majority of our members don't have $250,000. So it's pretty much all insured.
Very good. That's great to know. What is mortgage forbearance?
Well, mortgage forbearance is the good news for the people who have lost income during this COVID-19 crisis. The government was very proactive, at the federal level, and allowed the mortgage support companies, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, who back most mortgages here in the United States. They allow a consumer to defer their payments, so we can forbear the payments up to 3 months right now, and believe they may extend that. At the end of that period of time, the consumer will have some options. A lot of mortgage servicers are saying you'll have to make a lump sum payment. That's not necessarily true. Certainly at Truity Credit Union, we're going to give you a couple options. If you want to pay it off, those last 3 payments that you missed, that's fine. But we'll give you a few years and potentially the rest of your mortgage to pay it back to us.
Now, is this really beneficial? And you already told us that there are a lot of options, though.
Yeah, it's very beneficial, because right now, if you've lost your job because of this crisis, it helps to not make that payment. And you can do the same thing on your car loan. So we feel if you don't have to pay your mortgage loan and your car loan, that saves you a lot of money. You can concentrate on feeding your family and paying your utility bills.
That's great to know. I think some people who didn't know that are breathing a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, I do encourage the consumer to call their financial institution. Yeah. Certainly if you're a member of Truity, give us a call, and we want you to be proactive about it. If once we see you're delinquent, we're calling you and we're giving you options. But it's way better if you can call us, and the phone lines are available. We've got people ready to talk to you about it.
Very good. Mortgage interest rates, they're still low. We talked a little bit about that. We hinted at it early in the program. But what is the best way to get more information about mortgage options?
Yeah, the best way, again, is to go to our website, and you can apply right online. That gets you started, and you can obviously see the rates. The rates are great right now. The 30-year mortgage is 3 3/8 is what we're advertising today, and sometimes it depends on the day. That changes every day, but it can get better. If you want to do a 15-year loan, you can do a loan for less than 3%, and that's a great rate historically speaking. We are very busy. We've got over 500 mortgages in the pipeline right now, so we're happy about that. But it means we're going to try to get them done as quick as possible. But it could take up to 90 days or potentially more.
Hmm. Well, I want to put this in kind of perspective for the younger people out there. When I bought my first new car, I had an interest rate of like 16%. Guess when that might have been?
About 1980.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And
I was getting started about that time. And my brother got a mortgage loan for 13.5%, and he was happy he got it.
oh yeah, because some of them were screaming up there at 18 at one point. It's like, gee,
Yeah.
credit card might have given you a better rate back then, but this
Yeah.
3.8% is just unbelievable.
Yeah, 3.3 and 3/8.
3 and
really.
3/8,
So
I'm
it's less
sorry.
than 3.5.
Yeah. Wow.
So historically, that's a great rate for a 30-year mortgage. It's hard to understand that we could go any lower. I doubt that we will, but it's a great time to finance a mortgage. It's a challenge though for our realtors because people don't want to show their home if it's up for sale. So it's certainly there's some challenges there in buying a home, but certainly refinancing is relatively easy.
That's a good thing to know. We talked briefly in the green room, wink, wink, before the program about federal loans. I think it was the paycheck payment plan. I guess Congress just signed off on. I guess it goes to the president's desk. How do we fit in here?
Yeah, we can provide the Paycheck Protection Program bills, which is underwritten by the Small Business Administration. We have a business partner. Those are for businesses to be able to pay their employees so that you don't have to lay them off. And we've had a number of our business members that have done that. It's right now, I think we've got about 45 that we've done so far, and we have another 20 in the pipeline that we're going to be applying. As soon as the president signs that, we can send out those applications in.
That's good to know. What are some of the lessons we've learned from the pandemic on how to serve the members and how to serve the community?
Well, it's been interesting serving them so much digitally. The members have really taken to our digital banking experience. They've been logging in record numbers. It was especially exciting last week when the stimulus checks. Everybody's looking for their stimulus deposit, and they were logging in multiple times a day trying to see it. They did get deposited Tuesday afternoon, and the Federal Reserve released the money Tuesday and Wednesday. So those the first round of stimulus is done, but now others are due those federal payments. But digital banking has been very, very, very important. And obviously the call center. We've had to man the call center with double the staff. And the drive-ups are surprisingly slow. People aren't out driving around. They're busy, but they're not creating lines in the street like we thought they might. People are not driving around. They're not spending money, which certainly is a concern. We do need our consumers spending money if this economy is going to pick up.
That could be starting soon enough. The soft open, and then we'll see what happens after that.
I hope so. The vast majority of people have not lost their jobs, so hopefully, I know they're conservative, but if they need to do some home repairs or buy something, I encourage them to do so. But they're not sure the business they want to go buy it at is even open. So
that's true.
It's a challenge.
We're talking with Dennis, CEO of Truity Credit Union. Anything you'd like to pass on to folks? Here's we wrap up.
I think rest assured, your credit union, your bank have had preparations for a pandemic in the past. The government has required us to, and we've had plans. What we've implemented is a little bit different because we thought our employees would get sick, and the good news is that hasn't happened yet.
Great.
And of course, the majority of consumers here in the Bartlesville region have not gotten sick. But when someone does get sick, it's a challenge. But I think the number one message for consumers out there is call your bank or your credit union. If you have a payment you're worried about, call and be proactive about it, and we're happy to defer those payments. I think I can speak for every bank in town that we'd much rather be proactive than try to, find out where you are and encourage you to do a deferment of that loan.
Very good. Dennis, thank you for being here, and thank you for being a great partner in the community.
Thanks, Tom. Again, thank you so much for having us and being a good part of this community.